Let's take a peek through all of my October daily supplies. Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Torey, and today I'm going to go through all of the supplies that I have collected over the last couple of years of doing this project. I might get rid of some, I might not. I might pull some out specifically that I think I might want to use this year. I'm not sure what I've gotten here, and I want to go through it. So let's go through it together. Now, while I say I'm not sure what I've gotten here, it's considering that I just recently took this bin out and opened it and was peeking through, and I already don't remember what's in here. So each year, what my goal is to only have enough supplies to fit into one of these scrapbook bins. And they're like that thick. And all of these did fit in here. All of these supplies, at least, that are on top of here. They do fit inside this bin. But I was going through and just peeking at some things. And I didn't actually put anything away. And already forgot what I saw and what I had. So we're going to go through it again. And we're just going to go through it together. So before we jump into this stuff, I do have a couple of new pieces. If you watched my recent washi tape shop unboxing, I do have 3 PET tapes from the washi tape shop that are all Halloween themed or Halloween adjacent. And I do want to set these aside to use this year. I'm not going to unroll them because I did that in another video. And I will link that up here if you want to watch that one. And I also got the Widow's Alpha stamp set from Embellishments by Creates and the Spooky Season in a Creative Bubble collab from Embellishments by Creates as well. These are just so cute, and honestly, it was this stamp right here that really truly sold me on it, and I could not pass it up. So those are 2 new stamps that I have, and 3 new PET tapes. Now I'm going to set, I don't know the best way that I'm going to do this, honestly, because I've got a lot of stuff to go through. So I'm going to set these over here. I think most of the stuff that I have on top of here are stamps, dies, and stencils. So this one is the Boo Alpha from Embellishments by Creates from last year. Let me see if I can find all my stamps first. This one is also new. This is a die set that I found at Michael's, and I thought that the distressed look of these film dies would be super cool to incorporate in an October daily album. So I did pick those up. I didn't want to go into dies just yet, but that is another newer piece from this year. So I'm just going to set that aside with all the new stuff. I do like to keep all of my brand new things a little bit separate from the rest, just so I can make sure that I actually end up using them and I'm not buying things and not actually using them. So I have this stamp set from Mama Elephant. This is the Big Boo stamp, and this is a stamp and coordinating die set. Super cute. I believe I made a card with this last year and I loved it. I have the Playful Pumpkins stamp and die set from Concord and Ninth. The Happy Halloween stamp and die set from the Stamp Market. These are mostly card making supplies because that's where you're going to find stamps and coordinating dies. And I'm really hoping this year that I will super get into this because of the way that I'm planning on doing my album. And then I also have the Mama Elephant Be Scary stamp and die set as well. I love stamp and die sets. I love having the ability to just cut out something that I stamp and not have to worry about fussy cutting it out at all. So if I can find a Stampin' Coordinating die set, you better believe, especially if I love it, that I am getting it. This, if you can see that, is a spiderweb embossing folder. I feel like I got this from Simon Says Stamp. I also have a couple of stencils over here. These two stencils I made using my Cricut. This one's a little bit harder to see because it's on like acetate, but if you kind of look at the light glaring on that, it's got little ghosts and moons and all of those sorts of things. This one has a cat and some bats. And then this one I purchased from scrapbook.com, and it's just a little bat stencil, and it's so cute. I love it. And then the dies that I have this potion bottle die set, which is brand new. I have not used it. I might actually set this and this one with my brand new things because I did not end up using either of these last year. So I have this one that says Spooky from Simon Says Stamp, and I think I bought this one from Simon Says Stamp as well. And this is just potion bottles, and those are so fun. I love potion bottle stamps. So I'm going to set those with the new supplies so that I can do what I can to ensure that I'm going to use them this year. I believe that this one, this Tim Holtz die set, was a freebie from scrapbook.com, and it's just little kitties. I don't know if there's an official name on here for this. Maybe it's Mischievous. Lots of cute little kitties though. And then in this one, I've got some bat dies, which I've been using year over year, this bat trio die set. And then this is a couple of different die sets. So there is a cauldron, and all of these pieces go with the cauldron. It's got like little bubbles and stuff like that. And then I have three ghosts right here, and some little bursts that go with the ghosts. So this is 2 different die sets. Very cute. Again, love them all. And I think probably at the end of this video, I will likely do a little bit of chatting about what my plans are for this year as well. Okay. It's a mess in here. Oh my goodness. Okay. As I said, this is all leftover stuff. Look, I have more stamps and dies. Oh goodness. This is all leftover stuff that I've used for previous years. So let me get the rest of these stamps and dies out so we can just peek at those before we start going into paper and all that. Okay, I'm going to set the paper aside right there so we can go through the rest of these stamps. So this one is a die set, and it is a spooky cupcake card. Is there a witch hat on this? There's a witch broom. Dang. I was thinking about making one of my... Oh, there is a witch hat right there. Oh, that might be perfect. I might do that. I was thinking about making one of my friends a card, and I want it to be spooky witchy vibes, and there's a hat and a broom, so I might want to do that. Let me know if you want to see that card get made here on video, because I may or may not record that. Who knows? So this is a die set, a little spooky haunted house die set from Spellbinders. These two you can no longer get. They're from Close to My Heart. This one is a stamp and die set. And it is called Boo Crew. It's got a cute little ghost, a witch hat. Actually, I like that witch hat a lot. Just a lot of cute little sentiments on there. And then this one is mostly autumn. This is the Autumn Vibes stamp set. And then I don't even remember what I have here for the actual just plain photopolymer stamps. This is a Studio Calico stamp. I think it released with the Hocus Pocus stuff from last year, but they don't put names on their stamps, so I don't know what it's called. This one is Strange and Unusual by Carrie Stiles. It's an Everyday Explorer stamp. This one is Paper Person Shop. There is no official name on it though. I do remember loving this potion bottle with the mushrooms inside of it though. So cute. And then on the back of that, I just have the Ali Edwards October Stories stamp. I don't know what the official name of this one was either because there's just kind of a product code on there and that's it. Really cute though. This is from a couple of years ago. I do know that. This is the Everyday Explorer stamp and this is the Fall and Winter Prompts. This is my stamp set. This is the October Days stamp set that I have available in my Etsy shop. I do think I still have some of these in stock. This one is from Heba Alzabai Creates. This is the Ghost Town stamp set. I used this one quite a bit last year because these little ghosts are so cute. This one has 2 on it. This is the Hocus Pocus stamp from Paper Person Shop. You can tell I've actually used this one with some permanent ink. And then on the back of that, some sort of autumn/Halloween stamp. Just mostly words, which I do love. I think I've used this one quite a few times as well, just not with permanent stamps, permanent ink. Most of these ones, these next 3 are from Studio Calico, so there's no names. But this is what they look like. Super cute. I loved all of their ticket options. And truthfully, I don't think that even if I decluttered, I would get rid of a single one of these stamps. This one is the Snacks and Spirits by Carrie Stiles for Everyday Explorers. And honestly, I think that that might go with this one pretty well since they were designed by the same person. So those are designed by the same person. Super cute. I love them. So that's all of the stamps that I have. Again, a lot. I probably don't need any more. But if I'm going to impulsively buy something, it's probably going to be stamps and coordinating dies for seasonal things. All right, so let's move all of the stamps out of the way. Okay, paper. This one is bent. I'm not the biggest fan of orange, so I'm probably just going to recycle that. I don't think I'm going to end up using that either. Like, I'm just over here saving everything. This is printed on sticker paper, and these pumpkins are pumpkins that I actually drew in Procreate. And I'm pretty sure that I saved this because I used this as a bullet journal theme one year, and I love it. I think I will keep this. I do really, really like this Boo paper. This was part of the Boo Crew collection from Close to My Heart. I also really like the stars. I never used this part of it, but I do like these black and white stars. This was a printable that I think I got off of Etsy that I printed on clear sticker paper. I don't think I'm going to end up using that. I've had it printed for several years and I've never done anything with it. This one is a vellum from Ali Edwards. I am on the fence with this one, so I'm not going to put it in the get rid of pile just because I'm not 100% sure yet. I do love this pumpkin paper, another vellum, and then this one is another vellum as well. I have just a glassine bag. This was an art card that I made last year with the Tracy Reed Designs release. Super cute. I usually clip these on my boards and hang them up because I love card making, but I don't necessarily have a lot of people to send cards to. So I will just kind of make them as decorative pieces to hang up in my house. This is a journaling card. I love candy corn. We're keeping that. This is super fun. I got this from the Dollar Tree. Both of these. One says spooky, one says haunted. here's a little bit of a spoiler. I'm thinking that this year I might do a 4x6 album. But I'm thinking that I'm going to do the green album that Ali Edwards is releasing for December Daily this year, because I feel like if I added just a little bit of Halloween to it, it would perfectly match the Halloween vibe. And that fits on there almost perfectly. Not almost, it does fit on there perfectly. So I might put this on that album once it arrives. But this is the 4x6 size. It would be a huge experiment for this year because I've never worked in this size outside of card making. But I'm thinking that it'll be really, really fun and really challenge me creatively. So I'm going to set this spooky aside with like the new items so that I can keep track of that one. This haunted is really cute too, but I think it would be too big for that particular album. Here is what that embossing folder looks like, if you were wondering. I did this last year, I think, but I never ended up using it. There's lots of paper cutoffs. Some of this stuff probably wouldn't be able to use this year. Here's another spooky. Getting so off topic, but maybe I could put one of these spookies on that album too. I might have to pull both of these out and see which one I like more, because I think this on top of a green album could look really, really fun, especially because I think green and orange go together really well. Oh gosh. Okay, I'm pulling that one out too. Just gonna set that aside. I think the thing in the rest of this in here says trick or treat. We've got a couple of tags, costumes, no tricks. Some of these 5x8 patterned papers. This one I've scribbled all over, so I'm going to set that to recycle. Just some plain black paper. This was packaging, I believe, from Fahin Designs. I'm going to keep that because I really like that packaging. More papers from Ali Edwards Halloween kits. I'm not feeling this year, so we're probably going to donate that. I have a donate bin that I can put some of these full pieces of paper in that aren't actual scraps. So I think that I am going to just donate these ones because I'm not really feeling it this year for these. I do like that double toil and trouble. Some orange, more of those stars, candy corns. I'm gonna donate that piece. So I've got a ton of journaling cards. Love this spooky one. Lots of October Stories cards. This is, I don't know what this is, but I'm guessing I got it from somebody, either in an order or in a card. So we're going to set the journaling cards over here. Some just paper person numbers that I was coloring in to match my spreads. This was something I had made for Tracy Reed Designs last year, but I ended up making it too thick and couldn't actually punch holes in this to put it in my album. So that was interesting, to say the least. I didn't end up being able to use it, but I did keep the numbers that I put on here, and I think I will try to use those numbers in my album this year. And then I just have some black paper and this sticker sheet from Close to My Heart that I still really like as well, and I'm going to keep both of those. Also in here are some rub-ons. These came from the Paper Person shop, so we're going to keep those. So far I've got a little donate pile over here and some items that are going to get recycled. So not bad for kind of clearing out my stash a little bit. So the last things that I have are mostly just kind of like bits and bobs and embellishment type things that I'm probably just going to keep in here as I go through them. I've got several ribbons, some twine, some sparkly black ribbon. I think I used this one a lot last year. And some pink ribbon. Very cute. Kind of hoping that I can get through the rest of this year. I also have these Tim Holtz Ideology word plaques. I did only use one of those last year, but they were really fun and I really liked the way those looked. I've got some orange alpha stickers, a label sheet in here, and some leftover puffy stickers that have been used up quite a bit. This one specifically has been used up quite a bit. This one, I'm not sure if I'm really feeling the vibe of any of these, with the exception of the 31st and the cauldron. I might pull these off and give the rest to my daughter. Another one of those rub-on sheets. So I'm going to put those all together. Some Halloween tabs, word phrase stickers. Lots of these. And just some label and number stickers as well. So those will go in there. Just kind of set those right there. In here, I've got some more black and white striped ribbon. This I really loved last year. This one's from Michaels. More other ribbon options that I got from Sahin Designs. Some doilies. I will probably use these this year. These are super cute. Some orange twine. Regular twine. This was also from Sahin Designs. Some more orange twine. Or orange ribbon, gauze grain ribbon. So I guess this was just a whole little ribbon bin. And then these, I think, were part of this original one as well. So I've got lots of ribbon options. Definitely not purchasing any ribbon this year, for sure. So we'll stick all those back in there. I don't know why I had the doilies on top of there though, because that doesn't really match what's in there. I've gotten these little like sequins things from the Target dollar spot. I had scaredy cats and bats. They were only $1, but I didn't end up using any of them. And I think I honestly just end up setting them on my desk as decoration every year without actually using them in my albums. I found some black and white ribbon as well. All of these little wooden pumpkins that I have in here, I think I am going to put those in my donate pile because they've been in here for ages and I've never used them or had the desire to use them. They're very cute, don't get me wrong, but I don't see myself using those. So those are going to go to the donate. Some sequins from Alif Sahin Designs. Little windows in here. A little sticker sheet that I got from a card last year. It was included. More of these windows. I don't know where these windows are from. I've got a little kitty paper clip. Some black paper clips. Lots of fun little things. I don't know if I'm actually going to go into each of these individually, but there's a little envelope, some mushrooms, just lots of little like bits and bobs. I love that hat. This says Happy Halloween, super cute. Little skeleton. Probably am not going to use that. Everything else in here is just super, super tiny. I have quite a few of these currently tabs in here that I think I made for a week in the life and never ended up using them. A couple of bone paper clips. Yeah, a little purple heart. Lots of cute stuff. I'm thinking that I will probably at the end of October this year really need to go through like all the little bits and bobs that I have for embellishments and decide what to get rid of. I think I said this last year but didn't actually end up doing it last year. But I think that this year I really need to decide that if I'm not using it this year, like if it's already so far outside of my style scope this year, then I'm probably not going to use it again and I should just get rid of it. I love vellum pieces. Love that bottle. Got lots of pumpkins. I'm going to keep all of the pumpkins. Love this skull. Matches my little case, actually. I found that last year I didn't necessarily like using these plastic circles. So I think I'm only going to keep plastic circles that really speak to me. Love the cauldron. There's a hand. I'm trying to get all the vellum pieces out of here. I think I'm only going to I'm only going to keep the plastic circles that really speak to me. And just put the rest in my donate pile. Another little tiny piece right there. A tag. There's so many of these plastic circles. I'm pretty sure that all of these plastic circles came in an Allie Edwards kit. Maybe 2 Allie Edwards kits, because I know I have bought 2 of the Halloween kits. All of these pumpkins were a stamp and die set. I think my friend came over and we were making cards and she didn't end up using those. And then there's just lots of tag options, which I do love my tags, so I'm going to keep those for now. And then if I don't use any of them at the end of this year, those will be part of the, maybe it's officially not in my style anymore. I didn't find myself wanting to use these at all. These ones were from Studio Calico. They're like these little ticket die cuts, and I think it's just like the colors and the lines on them. So I'm going to donate those. I'm going to donate that. It's a little pumpkin. I don't ever find myself wanting to use these triangles. I'm going to donate that. Another little pumpkin. I love the gold words, so we're going to keep those. Little tag. I've had this since 2022. We're going to donate it. I don't ever find myself using banners like that either, this shape of banner. And maybe at the end of this year, I will want to use it, or during this year, I'll find myself wanting to use it because I put all of them in the donate pile. That would be something that I would do, if I'm being completely honest with you. As soon as I'm like, you know what, let me just donate it. I decide that I do want the thing and I want to use it. I'm just here for the candy. I don't think I like that orange. I'm going to donate that. I'm probably not going to use that. Probably not going to use that. Let's see. What do these say? Witches, mummies, ghosts, oh my. Witches, mummies, ghosts, oh my. I like that. These are all from Tim Holtz, I think. We're going to donate those. Stay Spooky Kitty, cute. That October is cute. Okay, getting rid of the tabs, getting rid of the triangles. Best costume award. I don't really do costume awards. tiny die cuts can go over there with the rest of the tiny die cuts. I do like the Beware tab, so we'll keep that tag. These are all different word strips. I'm not going to literally go into each and every single one of those right now because I'm feeling already overwhelmed by this and I don't want to sit here and try and read. So that'll be a problem for future me. But this one also is already looking substantially like it has substantially less things in it. So I'm digging that. As is the intention. I did not buy any of the Ali Edwards, or I didn't buy any Halloween kits this year actually. And I decided not to do that because I went a little overboard with December Daily. So in my mind, I am counteracting my December Daily with not buying Halloween kits so that I can use my stash. I am going to cut this. So I can just pop that in there. Okay. So let's just kind of flip through these real quick. See which ones we want to add. Probably won't use that one. I love the cauldron. Love the bats. Love the moon. I love anything that says hocus pocus. I like this pumpkin. I do like the spider web. Best witches. Oh, I already have an idea for this one. That's actually good. I love that. Okay. I do like the spooky. I don't like that moon. I don't want the house. So cute, it's scary. I love all of these. My problem is that I'm just never going to use it. Okay. I'm going to keep just a handful. And the rest of those are going to go on my little donate pile. And we'll see if I can manage to at least use these ones. I might try and see if I can cut up like a little 2x2 page protector situation. And see if I can get those to fit. Get something like that to fit in here. Or maybe just do my own like grid situation. I'm not sure. So that's all the stuff I have. Awesome. It's only been 30 minutes that I've been kind of going through things. So maybe let's chat about my plans. Just real quick before we start doing that though, I'm going to put my papers back in here. I've not got anything officially set up for my actual documenting just yet. Normally I set up like a little area situation to house all of my October daily supplies and stuff like that. I've not done any of that yet. So I'm not going to take anything out really officially. We can stick some of these stamps back in here. Maybe stick you right there, right here. I'm going to put these all on top together because I want to make sure that I keep those as things to use. My PET tape. We can pop those right in there. Let's see. You may not have believed me when I said it all fits, but it does. So this is my little October daily Halloween bin, which will hopefully by end of this year be even less things because I'm hoping that I use them all up. The only problem that I will probably begin to run into is that since I'm not getting rid of stamps, stencils, or embossing folders, if I buy any more of those, then it will take up the little bit of space that I have. So I might have to use the bigger version of this. They have one that's like a little bit taller. I might have to switch into one of those. And then max myself at that, because that's kind of what I've got going on for December daily right now. So let's chat about what I'm planning to do this year. All right, so as I said, I did get the December daily album from Allie Edwards that is this size. It's a 4x6 album. And I'm really excited to use it because it looks like it's almost the same size as a full album, just 4x6. It's got these 4x6 page protectors, but I think that I will end up taking these page protectors and lining them up with a piece of paper so that I can A, make a template for punching holes, and B, know specifically how big it is to work outside of the page protector, since more often than not, I'm usually working outside of the page protector for these types of projects. So I did get that green and gold one, and I already showed you some of the ideas I have, maybe putting something across the album. I have also, for the past couple of years, done like little charm dangles off the top of my October daily albums. I may do that again this year, and I'll add like some sort of little label right here. Obviously not for this particular album. The only year that I managed to get a full 31 stories told was 2022. So after 2022, I decided to give myself a little bit of grace and just make sure that I don't make it fun and not daunting to finish the project. So if I don't have a full story for every single day of the month, that's fine. And I will just tell as many stories as I can and just make sure that there are a couple of things in there that I document each year, specifically being since October, Halloween is usually the very last story of that album. There's a couple of questions that I ask the family every single year, just so I can see changes year over year. There's birthdays in October. So like there's a few things that I document every year. And I just have decided over the past 2 years, the past 2 albums, that I will not require a full 31 stories for it to be considered October daily. I'm just going to tell as many stories until I feel content. I will probably have a couple of foundation page videos, I think. Possibly, maybe not. I'm not sure. I usually do an album setup video and a cover page / reason why page. I won't be able to do the album setup until probably the end of October. That might be like the last video before my flip through, because obviously I'm using an album that I just pre-ordered for December daily. So I will probably house everything in this album until I get that in. So I'm not going to be modifying this album at all. And then when I actually get my album in, I will go ahead and add the stuff that I want to the front, do my thing. So that'll probably be part of the actual daily videos. I do like to try and do daily videos when it comes to October daily and of course December daily. But again, it's really how I prep myself. Well, not again, because I haven't even set this, but I usually use October daily to prep myself for the December daily project. So I don't necessarily want to overwhelm myself with making a video every single day. So I will sometimes do a couple of days in one video, or I will just skip some days if I'm going to end up having less stories. So you will see a lot more often uploads from me in the month of October. And then for the month of November, I will probably have all of my New Year planning setup videos for 2026 coming out, and some December daily hauls, preps, stuff like that. And then December daily will take place all of December. So there's a lot of stuff happening over the next couple of months, and I am really, really excited for all of it. I would love to know if you are planning to document your October this month. What size album are you using, or what are you using to document October? And how are you planning to do it? Like, are you just going by stories, just willy-nilly? Are you going to do like a crafty challenge? One of the things that I was thinking about was, for any days that I don't have a story, maybe pulling out some of my supplies and just making a quick little card insert based on an October theme. So maybe a ghost card, or a cauldron, some shakers, just some fun little things. And I can write just a couple of sentences just to kind of keep me creatively happy through the month, but not necessarily feeling like I have to find a photo and print it out and tell a story if I don't really have any stories to tell. But yeah, I would love to know what your plans are for October, if you are planning on joining the October Daily project, and what your plans are. That is going to be all I have to share for today. I would love, again, to know your thoughts. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!